Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Arco, where I am absolutely still dedicated to the theory that it's always good to fight with everything, and I am for sure paying the price for that. We don't actually have really great healing items. I guess, okay, you eat a couple of these. And then also put throwable Gila lizard eggs in your... Yeah, I guess that's fine. Chico gets a dynamite. And also some water tubers. Yeah, okay. You know what? We have lots of, we find 8 coins. Rad. We have lots of water now. Let's try changing it into better stuff. What about an even nicer stuff? Oh, no. I feel you were so close to something valuable. And so it's always going to do that, right? Yeah, this spot looks very promising as always, what we get. Seems like 8 desert truffles. So wait, where's my... How much water have I used? You know what? Let's stop doing that. The heat is unbearable. You need water. Well, I guess we were wise to stop digging. Oh, and then it turns out this doesn't even go anywhere. I just lost water for no reason. That's fun. Or alternatively, the opposite of fun. It probably wasn't like crossing that line. Actually, it's probably just being out in the hot areas for a certain amount of time, right? All right, so here is that ancient structure that we saw from atop the butte. Menacing. Yep. Shots fire from the entrance. Bloodied men stumble out, looking back in terror and tripping over their own feet. One man clutches his own severed arm as in the other as blood sprays from the fresh wound. They all freeze when they see you. Oh, like we weren't already fucked. Fire! Wait! A bullet grazes your hand. Ow! Why? Why shoot at me? To what end? How is this improving your situation? Alright, you're gonna dodge roll this way. Okay. So, a good arrow strike will clear this guy out. Oh wow, we both took damage from the bullet barely grazing one person's hand. That sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and take the strike here. And you're just gonna wait, and then you're gonna dodge roll to safety. Because, yeah, we can guarantee that guy's death that way, and I think it's a wise thing to do. And then it looks like I need to approach a little bit. The same is probably true of you. Yeah. Alright, you're backing up. I am not allowing you to escape. Oh, okay, just like a whole lot more dudes, huh? Well, let's be right up on top of somebody. Okay, my hope was that the arrow would, like, you know, have some effect on that guy's ability to act, but I guess not. Pretty annoying, actually. Okay, well this time, Aphra doesn't have to move, so let's just light this dude up right away. And then you two. It looks like I'm not going to make it to you, so I'll just do a normal run. The hard beak desperately tries to eat the arrow out of the air. much health does he have left? 2? Okay, I was expecting him to fire a little earlier in the turn. Ah, that's really frustrating. Alright, good teamwork. And then we're right back where we started. Alright, I will admit I was caught off guard a little bit by that. Can I swap you? No. Well, I guess I'll swap you for the stun. And then try to move beyond you. And you can... dodge roll. Nope, never mind. Doesn't do anything. That's pretty funny that I managed to step him into that. Unfortunately, it's not really good enough. This teeth eater over here, not a big fan. Okay, none of the bullets are actually in position to hit me. That guy's being lured forward over the bug. Let's just take the direct hits. Okay, he was not, in fact, lured forward over the hardbeak. Alright, that's pretty cool. And it looks like if I just step to here, I can go between the bullets. The Teeth Eater is content to just sort of like wander around the battlefield and watch the nightmare unfold. What the hell? Why do these things happen to us? That one was one of the rare serious injuries that I did not provoke in any way. You know what? I'm actually just going to equip Chio with, because apparently what we need is the ability to rapidly heal him at any moment. I guess I should have bailed. That makes sense. But, you know, there was no reason for them to shoot at us. Something is off about this place. You mean like the man holding his chopped off limb running out of there in terror? Yeah, something like. Oh, I bet it's supernatural or something. I mean, of course we entered the temple. I'm very curious what all is going on. 3 living skeletons stumble around aimlessly. What the? Yeah, where are we at XP-wise? In position to make some moves. So. Being able to heal a target in combat is certainly good. Long-range lob shot at 4 damage is pretty bananas. And I would just replace the existing lob shot with it, but like, everything we're doing is really expensive. Yeah, getting to an extra Magia every turn would be very, very helpful. So I kind of wonder if we should stick to this stuff for a minute. But I mean, you want to be picking up abilities to go in the slots. Yeah, I am going to do that though. So let's grab an HP, an ability slot, and then... I mean, technically I have stuff that could go in here. I don't know that I would... I might use this. I might use Ditch Attack, actually. Yeah, and we'll just work toward this. Because, like, the biggest problem that Afer is having right now is just never having enough Magia to actually do attacks. Alright, you have access to ditch, although it's rare that you would want to use it, probably. Especially with dodge roll. You have a better escape than that. Dash is pretty good. Quick shot followed by a dash backwards for 2 damage. I mean, that's cool. There's so many basically stationary attacks. Stuff like Slice is definitely more interesting. Yeah, I kind of think I want to head towards Slice. But it probably behooves us to get more ability slots too, right? Okay. Well, we're working on it. I can still get Slice, but I wouldn't equip it right away. Yeah, let's not worry about it. Okay. So they spawn ghosts. They have 6 HP each. I don't want to interfere with this thing's movement too much. I'm actually going to split up my people, even though that's kind of a silly thing to do. Lure the ghost over this way. Alright, pretty cool. And then I guess I can just drop a shot on its head. You dodge roll out of there. Okay. A little bit of teamwork. You think they feel anything? Uffer just shrugs. I'd rather not feel anything after I'm dead, you know? The door is blocked. There's lots and lots of parts of the wall that look like they are probably traps, but that we do not have the wherewithal to investigate. Okay. Awful lot of, like, food in here. A machete to get through these vines? Well, it just so happens. Someone thought ahead slightly. Oh, heads up, more skeletons. Okay, you're still waiting. Chio, on the other hand, can grab. Nope, still also waiting. So he's aiming at Chio, but if he can hit Chio from there, he's going to hit Ifer as well. So I may as well have both of them move away. Wow, I thought for sure that was going to be clear. That's a little inconvenient. Okay, that hopefully will clear you out. You just wait. Just run away, I guess. Oh god, the Teeth Eater. Well, that's a terrible job. It was a distraction. What a technique. Hey, look, this one has a golden tooth. You do it. I'm not getting bitten by a skeleton. Old Tuag symbols embossed upon the wall read, "One grain of sand given shields the desert from the encroaching darkness." 1 grain of sand given, pointing left. Interesting. I do think we should probably have a little bit of food. Okay, even more hardtack. This gate is locked. Let's use the shovel as leverage. Because I'm tired of digging with it, it seems terrible. A pitiful pile of bones rattles and forms into a tiny figure. Oh, that is not what I think it is. It's a baby. Or it was. The thing runs at Chio and punches her shin. What is this place? Who jails a baby? I think it deserves rest. Afer picks it up and decapitates it with a quick yank. Gosh, I sure hope that that was, you know, us helping it and not just us decapitating a baby. Okay, lots of stuff in the cell. There are scribbles on the wall. It's a chaotic blend of symbols and drawings. Looks like some kind of ritual? Maybe people coming out of the hole? No, I think they're going in. Huh. Okay, we picked up an item there that I didn't know what it was. Shelf fungus, shelf mushrooms is food. Oh yeah, this is the deal damage to yourself, but then, yeah. Sand leaks from cracked walls and crowds the floor. Perfect breeding ground for sandworms. Get ready. Oh, get ready right now. Well, may as well gain an ability slot on our way up here. It'll be 12 to the next thing. Technically, Slap is not equipped. May as well. Okay, so sandworms. I'm going to try to stun it so that I can stab it to death. I'm not going to be able to backhand the bullet out of the air, probably. As fun as that would be. Can I... I'm going to try to slap it. Okay, well, we did lots of damage, certainly. Trying to be very cautious of the hard beaks. I cannot believe that still hit me. That's crazy. Okay. Well, I guess that work you did on the sandworm farm comes in handy. Yep. Let's keep moving. This is not the time to reminisce. That is walking off into the darkness, and it does make me a tiny bit nervous. You hear something rattle in the darkness. Something hits your head and knocks you to your knees. Man, knocked to 1 health, and then immediately lethally ambushed. Very not fun. +2 damage for 1 turn. Probably not. I think I go for the strike. Then stun them both. Strike 1 more. So this does 1 damage. This would be bumped to 3. This only does 2. Yeah, so I guess I just hit this guy for 1. And then we... Oh, this is not survivable. Never mind. Let's go again. Maybe it's survivable. So I didn't use... Oh, this time they killed the other guy. So this gives me a very different sort of set of abilities. That's going to put me directly into the ghosts, so I need to move back. We run this way. And then we run this way. And then we continue running until the bullets disappear. Okay, and then I take damage from a bullet that did not touch me. I do think it's going to tend to be... You know what? I'm just going to hit myself with this now and kill this guy real fast. Then we're going to run at you. Hit you with the stun. Hit you again. Hit you again. He just didn't... He just whiffed the attack for literally no reason. What on earth? Ah, this time they don't kill either of us on the first turn. That feels like it's going to probably come back to bite them pretty badly. Okay, so you shoot this one while you stab him. And then my interrupt doesn't do any damage. I run up and hit him in the backside. He will take one, and I can just dodge roll away with this dude. Okay, wait and close. We're just gathering Magia right now. That's really shitty that they just spawned that on top of him like that. Okay, and now I have killed them all. But these things are still alive. I was not expecting these to actually be enemies. I can't, I am assuming, fight these. So my assumption right now is I need to survive them. I mean, if I melee attack them, I will certainly die, right? Because they deal damage on touch. But they don't seem to be fading, so... Nope, that totally works. You make it out alive somehow. You notice a dim yellow glow beneath your feet. We gained a studded bracelet. Moving deals damage to enemies, other attacks damage down. Huh. I don't know that I like our attacks. Well, let's go ahead and everybody have a desert truffle. And then also, okay, got pretty lucky with that. That's a tough fight. The scent of decay fills your nostrils. Ew, what did they put in that pit? Oh god, something's crawling out of it. Well, at least we're gaining a lot of XP very quickly here. +1 Magia or +1 HP. I think actually probably the +1 HP. And an equipment slot, that seems fine. Let's throw something in your equipment slot, perhaps that dynamite. Alright. Okay, a sun spider. It intends to run at Chio. I'm going to run Chio out of the way. Hard to tell who that's aimed at. I'm going to slap him. Okay, that did not work. It is still moving toward Chio. I'm going to stun it. I didn't do anything at all, actually. Alright, hit it and just run away. You dodge roll out of there. We just need to back up for a second here, I think. Let's take a moment and recover. You know what? Just wait. What are you doing? You're gonna do a cool web swing around the room? Okay. I'm gonna just step out of the way of that, I think. That is a neat attack. Oh, that... I was misled. I wonder if I'm going to be able to... It feels like I'm not going to be able to affect you up there at all. I guess let's try. Nope, okay. I still hit him. The thing is theoretically dead, but I notice it idles. Are we supposed to go to the circle, or... Okay. Okay, the situation is, evolving. Run away! Okay, spider remains. So I managed to take out one of the leg things right away. You're gonna summon a ghost. We can put an arrow in the air for where that leg thing is moving toward. That should probably get him. Don't really know what I think you're doing right now, so let's just back up. Okay, that's shooting out homing spikes. Okay. Turns out it hits for full damage even against the dodge roll. No, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot. I meant to do the strike and jump back, but I clicked, I guess. Well... I think I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna bitch slap you. Okay. Ineffective, remarkably. That attack is, or that move is really strong. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, the homing spikes are a problem for sure. You just keep shooting. Probably wait a second and recover. So that you can just keep shooting. Okay, so here comes the web, which I don't think is a real issue. Yeah. Yeah, this thing's not terribly dangerous before it dies. Okay. Step you up here, step you back here. Let's let everybody get to full, and then... hopefully we can chop down a couple of these pieces really fast. I'm gonna have you disengage for a second until things are clearer. And maybe that's a good idea now as well. Just like back up for a second while things resolve. Okay, so we splattered one of them right away. Seems important. Take the big long arrow shot there. They were just putting up a bunch of damage for. Okay, homing spikes targeting the other guy. So we still don't actually know of a good way to avoid this. Alright. Doesn't seem to be stunnable, but it does seem like we can just get clear when it does that. And then we have, unfortunately, a turn here where I have to just wait. Alright, a little bit more teamwork that time. The giant sun spider collapses to the ground. Shadows pool beneath it, twitching long after the creature lies still. Don't touch the shadows. Pierce the monster's head. Your blade slides through the creature's skull and it convulses violently. Unintelligible whispers surround you. An image of a giant obelisk blinks in your mind. Rogun added to the map. You quickly snap out of it and pull your blade out. It finally lies still, but you catch a glimpse of a slithering shadow that vanishes into the pit. That's fascinating. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any other way to interact here. Huh. How'd such a big creature find enough to eat down there anyway? Maybe it didn't have to go looking. Yeah, I mean, we're this second group of people that we know to have come in here today. Hey, why would anyone want sandworms? Well, you'd be surprised how many are willing to buy one. You can cut their tail nerves so they stay small. Ugh. I mean, still, it seems risky to raise them. Ifra gets quiet. Oh, yeah. It has risks. What happened? Well, they managed to get out once. There was a village nearby, full of women, men, kids, cattle, pets. And weeks later, we were still finding their body parts. Worms couldn't eat it all. Fuck. I mean, you asked. I'm so glad that we brought the machete. Yeah, I feel like we can exit the temple. So, this other location that was added to my map. Where? What? Where? I'm not actually given an indication of anything. Presumably somewhere in our future? I guess. Hey, doesn't your friend live here? What was her name? She is not my friend. But you worked at the sandworm farm together. We waste time. Let's move on. Alright, want to stay alive? You'll need solid tools. I believe you. I have, for you, not a lot of stuff that is super valuable. I'm unlikely to use these, I think. I do need to replace my machete and my everything, actually. Maybe the rope should have been a higher priority. I'm headed for Conic Lands. They love desert trinkets if you're willing to sell. Have you seen any newcomers? Well, they seem everywhere these days. Yeah, but like around here? No, I haven't seen any around here, but you know, I'm always on the move. You might try the local potter. She's got her ear to the ground. You seen any somewhere else? I heard they're trying to settle on some Chali lands. Like where the Chalis are? Right? You know what the Chalis are like. We'll see how that goes. As for your newcomers, yeah, okay. Try the potter. Got it. Let's deal. I'll buy almost anything off you. Ooh, you will buy the desert truffles at quite a high price. Yeah, I'll sell those too. Honestly, I'm probably not going to use the Vigo Thorn either. It's weird that there's one slot of hardtack that's super, super cheap. Let me just... You know. And then can I get some rope and a shovel? Thank you. Oh, what is the thing? What is the thing to say to this cat in this circumstance? I think little sounds. I like little sounds. The cat ignores you and cleans its whiskers. Try the others. Oh, bats the air in annoyance. How about Kichi maybe? No, that one's not a winner. Mish, mish, mish. Okay. I don't think this cat speaks English. A woman shaping wet clay at her wheel smiles at you. Pots, bowls, buy one for your husband. Huh? Oh, gods, no, I'm not. Ew. Yeah, I might have seen something. Like what? My mind's a bit hazy. How about a nice little pot while I think? We gotta give her $5. I'll be back. You guys want to buy anything that I have? You do not. Does anybody else want to buy anything that I have? Aha! Sell that pearl. Okay, there we go. It's a well, not a luxury many Tuag villages can afford. Is it free? You know, let's grab some water and find out. Okay, people are just very cool about the water. I appreciate that a lot. I will buy one of your pots. How about some information now? Yeah, some newcomers passed through the village, heading east. They wanted supplies, but at heavy discounts. They got none. You know, there's a rocky outcrop in the desert that way, but they'd be fools to stay there. And why is that? Crabs breed there, and they get hungry every couple of nights. You don't want to encounter a hungry crab. Here's your pot back. I don't actually need it. How rude. Excuse him, he has no manners. Let's get those thieves. Okay, giving the lady her pot back was worth 5 XP. So worm territory. I guess let's go up to the outcrop first. And as ever, as we approach, there's the gunfire. Come no closer. Okay, listen, we're not trying to hurt you. They fire another shot towards you. I'm going to shut up. And by shut up, I mean attack. A Charlie man with a gun stands protectively before some wounded. Traitors! Shed meat, traitors! Alright, I tried. Everybody saw me try. +1 Magia. I don't know, do we need the +1 Magia more than we need to not get murdered? It is powerful. It is nice to be able to, combo a little bit harder, right? Okay, we're getting pretty close to Chio being able to recharge faster, which is a big deal, of course. Guns and grenades, huh? Okay, that's a kind of a dud grenade. You're getting sand in your eyes. Okay, arrows in the air already. Try to prep for we know not where the enemies will come from. Okay, so with these guys having 6 HP, it's really rough. I wish that Chio had a single 3 damage attack, you know? That's the thing we probably should actually pick up. Alright, let's do the slap and a retreat. And you just combo. It's not clear what you're doing this turn. I guess I'll just wait. Chop. Dodge roll away. Well, that's resolved. Oh, hey, that's a big gun. So you're going for an interrupting melee attack, huh? I guess let's just throw some dirt. Okay. Feels a little unfair to let me have two characters, honestly. Well, let's hope those were the right people. You search the camp for any sign of dust. God damn, there's nothing here. Oh, check these out. Okay, well, they had stuff. If the Charlies set us up, they should have the dust. If only we knew someone in the area. Someone local who might have more info. Someone you raised baby sandworms with back... Fine, we'll go see Lekta. Lekta, eh? Just shut up. Friend's house. Do we want to go fight some crabs just for the fuck of it? Let's see what's inside. Beasts, that's what's inside. And so we go to fight them. The ground crunches as you step into darkness. After a few steps, you hear deep clicking sounds. And oh, do we stay. Let me tell you. Let me tell you how much we stay. Okay, you don't have enough XP for anything yet. You're getting close. Oh, these are large, but not actually that impressive statistically. So yeah, you shoot, you stab. Okay, that's what I was afraid of, that we might not actually be able to damage them. You teleport out, and then... So it seems like they just don't take 2 points of any attack that hits them, probably. Which means that, like, this thing is going to be useless, because each of its hits is only 2 damage. And you're going this way. Ow. Alright, we just separate, and this is going to be pretty crappy. Okay. This might be a good thing to just, like, run away from, actually. Their charge is actually very impressive. Okay, it's not infinite range, but it's a lot. Let me, do we have the ability to buy one of these higher damage skills for Chio? This only does 2. This does 4 with an interrupt. All right, that'll at least let him participate in the battle. All right, you're going to teleport out. And I guess probably just run. Okay. There we go. That's, you know, that's contribution. We can work with that. Especially since they're not following it up by attacking me again. I'm gonna give them the backup attack. There we go. We killed a couple. And then you're just going to run as fast as you can. Same deal over here. A lot of fleeing. Yeah, the problem is that I have found a wall. And I'm afraid I'm not going to... I was hoping I'd be able to get swap, but with no swap, I'm not sure. I think I'm just dead. No, they're getting hung up on some kind of weirdness of the terrain, I think. I'm just going to keep running for a second. think that's gonna work. Yeah. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I hit 6 instead of 5. Shoot. Okay, well, not ideal. You are going to instant refill and do 1 damage. I'm gonna interrupt him with a slap, maybe. Yeah, unfortunately, he's focused in the wrong way, so I'm gonna miss my. Nope, never mind. Chio's attack went a great deal further than it looked like it was going to. The very small forward motion indicator on that attack is really not a good. It's not very honest about where the attack will hit. All right, crab meat and some crab shell. Well, that was stupid. Was it though? We got a huge amount of extremely delicious crab meat and crab shell that could be used as armor, but I think we probably won't do that. We still have this toaster, which is remarkable. I'm gonna eat some of our hardtack just to, you know, get a little toughened up here. And then let's stop off at the Oasis. Finally, a place to rest. You're such an old man. Got some prickly pears. Let's make sure we fill up on water. We can scavenge for food. Nugget worms. Gross. Can I fish with the nugget worms? Ah. Feel a tug. Wait a little longer. Now reel it in. It's a clam. Okay, I ran out of bait. Does the clam... Okay, you can eat a clam. It's a plant or an animal, maybe. Oh, hello. Someone comes riding just as you settle in. Look, an old man like you. You could be buddies. The man in the red poncho glances your way, but only nods as he goes to the Oasis for water. I'll invite him over. I have a feeling we know who he is. The old man looks the two of you over and seems to decide you're all right. You make room for him. I'm Chio, and this dummy is my brother, Afer. Afer rolls his eyes, and the old man nods. Tizo. You're not from around here, are you? I'm not. And where you headed? Io country. Is that where you're from? I'm from all over. Why are you going to Io country? Visiting a friend. Who's your friend? Yorka. How'd you... Give it a rest, will you, Chio? Tizo gives Afer a grateful look and pulls his big hat over his eyes to sleep. Afer goes to sleep too. Chio sighs. Tizo is gone when Afer finally awakes and stretches. Didn't you sleep? Can we go already? The old man slept less than you. Yeah, we can go already. All right. Youths. I mean, you know we have to go check this out. We just resupplied. We should be okay. Okay, lost a little water. So this is something. You arrive at the location from your vision. Ominous chanting fills the air. The obelisk at the center of the fanatics seems to absorb all the light and return only darkness. What in the Lord's... You feel the angry presence of the obelisk. Hold on, I just want to run around here. Wow, okay, we are losing water very quickly here. A wave of shock blasts you back from the obelisk. The corpses of the dead fanatics twitch. Their flesh slides off their bones as they rise, leaving only their skeletons, in a way that's totally rad. And Chio is no longer afraid of skeletons. Even ambushing skeletons. Not that scary. Yeah, just take the second shot at the same guy. I guess you're just kind of walking. Alright. Very heavy on ghosts here. Dodge roll. Alright, once again, excellent teamwork. As the last enchanted skeleton's bones scatter to the ground, you hear a loud crack. The obelisk splits in half, revealing a glowing orb inside. Does it? Should that be represented in some way? I reach for the orb. It feels warm and somehow familiar. The white glow enters your body. You feel light. You gain 10 experience. Everybody else around here just kind of watches all that shit happen, and they're like, yeah, fucking rad, man. Okay. That was pretty weird. I guess let's head over to our friend's house. Nothing else needs to happen there? I think this is it. Yeah, let's knock. The door opens, and a tall woman looks you up and down. Hi? The door slams in your face. I really like this alone in a dialogue box. It really does express a lot. Yep, you two definitely screwed. No wonder she doesn't want to see you. Come on, Lekta, open up. Please. The door finally opens again. With Chio there, Lekta politely invites you in for tea. You tell her about the dust thieves. Yeah, there's a hermit who lives and breathes and stuff. He might know where your dust went. And where can we find this hermit? The crazy old man's hard to pin down, but I know a guy he trusts. Here, deliver this to my contact, and he'll tell you where the hermit is. Okay. Very suspicious stuff. You know what? Let's take some cactus. Lekta leans out of the window. Hey, you leave my damn cactus alone. Sorry. You just can't catch a break lately, huh? Or ever. I don't know. I think we sort of did catch a break here, but it's definitely a break that's in kind of a weird shape. Hey, what if we never find this dust? Oh, maybe we'd be better off. What? We've gone to an awful lot of trouble to get it. Yeah, but, like, if anything, that makes it more important that we get it. And hey, look, it's raiders. Okay, well, why don't you take this instead? By which I mean violence. So first of all, skills. We have definitely skilled up a little bit. Do I want to grab heal? I don't really want to head up that way, right? We want to head up toward this stuff. Boy, what am I heading up toward? I guess kind of nothing. Like the actual important thing is just getting the extra magia, so I'm not going to spend with you. You, on the other hand, you can afford it. So let's go grab it, and then we'll, buy other stuff later. Okay, we should definitely also take a second here to just heal. What is wrong with y'all? Why do you hate living? Oh, it was a trick. What's up, nerd? Okay, this gunner is mostly just trying to back out of the fight. wonder... Nope. It worked exactly the way they wanted it to work. It was a pretty good move. Stun you. And then... I guess just kind of wait. The two of us together will get the kill. That is not what I meant to do. Alright, I'm going to swap you into the path of that attack, which hopefully will actually work. And then... run. Yeah, I was deciding to change my mind and click a different ability, but I had as I was moving my mouse down to the bottom right corner, I had a neuropathic twitch, and unfortunately clicked just the shot in the fully the wrong direction. Managed to make something out of it at least. You know what, let's just wait. Because they're running over close enough to us. They don't have to be directly on top of this. Now, how late in the turn are you going to fire your attack is the question. I'm too far out to go for that. I guess I'm going to try to dodge roll. The answer is extremely late, but also at the wrong target, so it kind of doesn't matter. You know, I'll just swap you and wait. You are getting stunned before you can... Nope. Not before, apparently. Yeah, the enemies are, like, pretty devoted to just totally ignoring Shio, which seems very strange to me. You guys should pay more attention. I have a knife. And I mean also there is crab. Aphra, look! A giant crab-like creature wanders around eating shrubbery. It doesn't seem to mind you. I always wanted one. Yeah, alright, I'm hungry. You can never have enough food, and also... abilities. Abilities are important. So, now that we have this, all this stuff stacked up, and I do kind of want to keep everything on my bar, I guess actually I want to grab this other +1 ability slot node before we get anything else. Okay, and we know how to fight these now. So let's move up to like here, because we don't want him to be thinking attack on the next turn. We want him to still be moving forward so that we can prep our 7. There we go. You watch the giant creature dig into the ground effortlessly. So much trouble and no dinner. You know, I don't think I like it here. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, we've reached Achali village, and for some reason we're just traveling straight through. The sharp smell of tettle fills the air. Hold on a second. Why were we... I was not... Did I indicate wrong on the map? I actually did want to check that out. Well, you know what? We're here in the midst of civilization. Lots of things to do, lots of people to talk to, no doubt lots of fights to get drawn into. But actually, maybe let's call it here for the day. I think we've learned a lot. We've dramatically improved the effectiveness of these characters who, let's be honest, at the beginning of the episode, were already pretty effective. And when you come back next time, hopefully we'll be able to put all this new power to use in actually figuring out where the hell all of our stuff went. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.